Hello everyone, welcome back to the display base. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Metacomb Mafex Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse Peter B. Parker. I figured since I just got this in and I just finished the Into the Spiderverse Stiltman wave for Marvel Legends that we would take a look at this. I really want to open it. I've only heard good things about it, and I don't really have like a true Spider-Man figure, so kind of a 2-in-1 deal. I get a good Spider-Man and a good Peter B. Parker. The Marvel Legends one is pretty good, but I like the soft goods on this one and just a lot of the options that you get. And I don't have a Mafex figure yet, so I figured it would be a good way to kill a few birds with one stone. So let's go ahead and get this open and take a look at everything. All right, here we go. We got him out of the box here. He looks pretty good straight out of the box. Comes with a bunch of accessories. If you know Mafex, then you know that's one of the things that you get with a Mafex figure, a bunch of accessories. And you've undoubtedly seen somebody review this or talk about this somewhere if you're into action figures, toys, whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. We're gonna start with some of the head sculpts here. You get 4 in total. You get the regular one on the figure, then you get this halfway unmasked head sculpt, which looks pretty good. The Marvel Legends one also comes with this. And if I were going to compare them, I mean, they're pretty close as far as the quality of the sculpt and the details go, the likeness and all that. Not really a lot of big differences there. Then you get a masked head sculpt with a different neck piece so that it looks like he has the mask on fully. That looks really great. All the web lines are painted. The eyes look great. They are not flat. They have a little bit of a sculpt to them, which is great. It's got nice texture on it. It's fantastic. You get this, which is sort of like mask off, and it's got a little peg hole right there that you can see. And there's a hand for that, to hold that. This looks good. It looks the same as the masked head sculpt there. And then you get another masked head sculpt with the squinty eyes, which look fantastic. Make for some cool shots with that. You get a pair of replacement legs to switch out here. They look good. They have the same texturing that the masked head sculpt had. Painted web line on the suit. The peg here is obviously like a lighter red color, so that might bother you a little bit. Doesn't really bother me that much. You get a pair of replacement feet, which are magnetized here, and they're pretty strong, if I can see. I don't really have another way of showing you how these work, but they're pretty strong. And they look good. Same texturing, same paint in the web lines, all that stuff. You get a pair of bare feet, which look like feet. The skin tone is pretty good. Not a lot to say about that. You get a piece of pizza, a little nibble out of it, and that looks good. You can use that for pretty much anything, other figures and stuff, so that's good to have. Just start with the hands because there's a lot. You get a hand holding a coffee cup, and that's all molded together. And there's coffee in there, which is pretty cool. And the hand's got some good detail on it. Still got the same texturing and web line paint, which is fantastic. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light on here. There you go. Looking good. All right, let's start top to bottom. Probably should have taken these out beforehand, but they just look so nice in this thing. You will get a pair of fist hands. Which look pretty good. Sort of hard to show you here. Still have a good amount of detail on them. You will get a pair of... Hold on, my cat is dive bombing me right now. And we are back, sorry about that. You get a pair of flipping hands or web shooting hands here, which look good. And overall, I mean, even just with the hands and extra pieces that we've seen here, the likeness to the movie is all there. But also, I get the feeling, and one of the reasons I really wanted to get this was because just as a Spider-Man figure, without, comparing it to the movie, I think that it looks good as well. Which, as I said, is one of the reasons I wanted to get it, just to have a Spider-Man, like a good Spider-Man. There you go. You get a pair of kind of relaxed, semi-relaxed hands here. If I can get them out. Those look good. You get another pair of sort of relaxed hands, which these are actually the mask holding hands. You can see that peg right there. And just sort of, see if I can get it here first try. Yeah, just sort of goes in like that. Holds on pretty well. There. And you'll probably see like this actually on the body at some point. I have the photos at the end of the video. These are webline hands, which I will talk about those in a second. They look pretty good. Then you get your first set of wall crawling hands, which look great. You get both of these out here. I can show you this. You get a pair of magnetized wall crawling hands, and this was another attractive feature of the figure. Not really sure how I'm going to use it yet. I'm thinking of making something, since I am making another diorama, I'm thinking of making it have magnetic walls somehow. I'm not really sure how, but I'm going to figure it out so that I can really utilize these. And unlike the feet, these actually don't magnetize together, so can't really show you how strong they are. But they look good. Very excited about that. And then you get one more pair of wall crawling hands here. Pretty hard to get out. There we go. They don't seem any different than the other regular ones. I guess they're a little bit more open, you would say. They look good. And then we have our web lines here. You have the long version of the one that he can hold with that set of hands. And I'll show you that real quick. You just slide it in there. And it doesn't go all the way in, but it goes about halfway in. You'll definitely see that in the pictures later. And then you get another one of these that he can hold that's a little bit shorter. These are not like bendable, but still very cool. Definitely look like webs as I would think of them. Then you get these that go around the wrist, and I would imagine that you take off the hands and then put this on, and then put the hand back on, and that's how you put these on. They look good. And the same is true for the rest of these. They port on the other side of the hand. And then you get the ones that are sort of just coming out of the web shooter here. All right, now let's take a look at the figure. He looks pretty great. He's got some good details. One thing that I've noticed and I've heard other people talk about is this piece of hair. On the Marvel Legends version, it is like a separate piece, but on here it's sort of molded onto the face, which, I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, but it is sort of weird. They could have just left it off completely. They didn't even have to try to put it on there. But it's not that bothersome, I guess. Get some more light over here. There we go. And again, the likeness is all there. Start to get a look at the suit here, which looks really good. And I feel like with the Marvel Legends version, they could have included a way to put on the suit, as we saw recently with the House of X wave, which I haven't reviewed yet, but watching other people review it, you have that Moira Taggart figure, which you can sort of change between two styles. They totally could have done that with the Marvel Legends version. I don't know why they didn't, but this guy's looking awesome. You got some good cloth here. It totally looks like the jacket that he wore. It's got some great details on it. It's even got like these buttons on it, which have like a brass or a gold color. And all the stitching's really clean. And I believe he can actually like put his hands in his pockets. They're like actual pockets. They're not just for show. Just these ones. And this is wired, so see that you can get some posing on it for your pictures. Make it look nice. The sweatpants look good. I mean, they're sweatpants. Now the shoes look really good, but they will limit the articulation that you have for sure. Especially with this boot being a high top. There you go. Better look at it. And the chuck over here looks good. It's got some good detail on the strings. You got some tread on the bottom here. Yeah. So we're gonna do the articulation phase of the video here, but it's gonna sort of be in two parts. I'll do one with the clothes on, and then I'll switch him over to just being fully suited Spider-Man, and I'll talk about the articulation there. It'll be about the same, but we will see. So the head will look up about that much, and then you do have some neck articulation, so you'll get a little bit more movement out of the head. It'll look down that much, and then even further with the neck. So that's great. The arms will go a good ways up and get your T-pose. He does have a butterfly joint in here, which gives you a great amount of movement. And so far I can't feel any restrictions with this soft goods on here. He does have, it feels like he has double jointed elbows, and I am getting some restriction there. I can tell that it wants to go a lot further, but it's not. This is in the way. There you go. His hands, sort of orientation based, I guess. They'll go up like that and down pretty far, and then you can rotate this and go up like that and down like that. You do have a diaphragm cut on here, which will get you about that far forward. It's pretty far. And then he will go very far back, and you'll get some gap here, but just have to work around that. And then he does have some waist articulation as well. So with the waist and the diaphragm, you'll get very far forward and very far backward here. And then you have some swivel at the waist and a little bit of swivel at the diaphragm, and then you get some side to side on both as well. So you can get some good poses out of them. The legs with the pants on will go pretty far to the side. And then they'll go pretty far up, a little bit back. There's definitely some swivel in there. I don't know yet. Doesn't feel like there's any thigh cut, but the swivel, you get a great amount of movement out of that. You have double jointed knees for sure, and that's great. Now with the foot, you'll go up that far with the boot on, down that much, and you'll get a little bit of an ankle rocker here, but not a whole lot. And then you'll get a little bit of swivel as well. Now with the other side, with the chucks, they'll go down pretty far, a lot further than the boot, obviously, and up pretty far. You do get some rotation and a little bit of a rocker as well, about the same amount of movement as the boot. So far he's looking great. Let me change him over to being Spider-Man fully. Here we go, we got our Spider-Man fully together. This is sort of weird, but it was very easy to change everything over. And I'll go over a few of the sort of peculiarities in doing so. But I mean, this guy looks great. Here he is fully. He's still got a little bit of that dad bod going on, but I think, you know, It's definitely not as exaggerated as the Marvel Legends version of the figure. So he's still passable as just a regular Spider-Man. See, you got your spider logo on the back and the front. Looks very good. As far as movement, you know, you get the same head and neck articulation going on together. That was very easy to switch over. And then on the head here, this sort of, you can swivel this around. It's kind of hard to do, but there you go. Now you see how that's forward. Put the head back on. And you actually get some different movement out of that. Not sure what the difference is, but let's see if I can notice the difference here. Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is, but anyways, it's a thing that's there. Maybe you can figure out what it's for. You know, you get all the same movement. I'll show you the... Oh, I guess these don't go any further. They go the same distance or the same amount with without the jacket on as well. And then, you know, your legs, you can get some great poses with these. Just got a ton of movement on this guy. Just great. And then that. And then on the spider feet, you get some toe articulation. And I'll show you the movement on the feet. They'll go down and up. And you get a ton of more movement out of the ankles here with this rocker. He just looks great though. Really good. Spider-Man, I'm glad to have it. I don't have another one. I have had them before, but don't have one right now, so this is awesome. Overall, yeah, this is a really solid figure. It comes in at about, I think I paid $100 for it. It's like around $100. I'd say it's pretty worth it with all of these options that you get. You basically get 2 figures in one that you can use for many different things. Yeah, solid figure. That's gonna be it for today. If you liked what you saw, please share this with somebody or like and subscribe the video, and I'll see you on the next one.